H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks. Sometimes Chris Walker coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And today it's Tuesday. Oh, great day. I got so much to talk about you that I couldn't cover yesterday because when Jimmy came in, but I got some stuff I got on the thing. I got to go back to yesterday, and then not necessarily to go back to yesterday. It's just some things that I didn't cover yesterday that stuff that y'all gotta know. Y'all gotta know. Shout out to wait a minute. Share the show, everybody. Everybody share the show. Did we share it? Sonya! Sonya Billings in the building. Let me see. D. Holcomb is in the building. Jeremy Davis in the building. Brad Kimball is in the building. Chris said, what's up, Hatter? Sad day. Chris, Sonya, Mindy, Polo Chris Shaw. And you know what? I'm going to stop cheering for y'all's team. You know? Lakers at 5. Hey, Mindy Collins, don't forget nothing, Chris Charles. Chris Charles, this is for you. It's for you. This is for you right here. That's what Mindy said. Who said the Lakers about? Chris Charles. And Eric, poor little Eric Barnes, you know he ain't gonna call. But you know what? I'm gonna talk about that a little bit. I'm gonna talk about that. It's just, Mindy, I don't know if I want to go back and forth because it was some stuff I wanted to talk about yesterday. Well, I'm going to go with the stuff I had today. Boy, I just got so much stuff. So y'all, let's buckle up. I don't care who, the people who here, I'm going to give it to y'all. The other people just got to go back and get it later. But how should I put this? NBA fans, still in disbelief. I'm in disbelief. Mindy, Sonya, LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant are all out of the playoffs this early. That ain't happened, Sonya, since 2005. Sonya, are you hearing me? That ain't happened since 2005. I don't think, y'all, we finna go through this whole next few months with no LeBron, no KD, no Stephen Curry. Victoria said new game. Yes. Not a sad day for me. Hey, Victoria, can y'all talk to me? Y'all, I don't know how to feel. You know, I always talk about them. You know, I mess with them. But they ain't got the Kane. They ain't got the babyface assassin. And they don't have the Slim Reaper. Victoria, we don't have none of those guys. I'm in disbelief. And the Lakers has nobody to blame but themselves, Chris Charles. They wouldn't be in a play-in game or finish with the 7th seed in the season if they hadn't lost so many games because of load management. Magic Johnson said that. But I want to show y'all. Derek, I'm glad you're here. Derek, Mindy, I'm finna give y'all something, and I want y'all to pontificate on this. I want y'all to think about this. I saw something, and I wanted to share it with y'all. Maybe I'll share it with them people later, but I saw something, and y'all got to understand, I like LeBron. I just don't like the Laker fans. I like LeBron, but I don't like certain things that, I know certain things that he do that I just, me being in this business, I know certain things, but I don't talk about him publicly. I can't tell y'all everything. And Poe, yeah, you're right. Check on Seawalk. He named his daughter, first ever daughter, after the Dallas Cowboys. Her name Dallas, Poe, little baby. She's so beautiful though. So he had to deal with that. Now he got to deal with the Lakers, the Flakers, or whatever y'all want to call them. But I can't tell you, Mindy. But I saw this, y'all. And I want to share it with y'all. I don't care who's not on there. Y'all share the show. I think I shared it already. I don't care who's not on there. They gonna miss this for being here late. I got to show y'all this, man. Watch this.
How disappointed are you?
Well, I just hate losing. It's a tough loss. They played extremely well. We just have to get ready for the off season. Next season for us starts right now.
Can you assess exactly what went wrong? Was it too many injuries? Was it Shaq's foot at the beginning of the year? Can you begin to assess why you lost this series?
Nah, we have a million and one excuses that we could go to. Fact of the matter is, we're not going to make any. They played better than we did in this series. We had our opportunities to win it. Didn't go for us. So we just have to regroup. Like I said, next season starts right now, and come back next season ready to play.
How much harder will you work in this offseason now to get back to the championship?
I'll push myself to exhaustion.
Kobe, we thank you for your time.
Our season has been derailed all season with just like injuries and guys in and out. And, I talked about it all year. He was around us all year. I said, it's hard to say who we are, what we can be, because we have yet to be whole. I think we was only probably whole maybe one or two times this year. And I know one of them was during the in-season tournament. We got whole, and we showed what he's capable of doing. But we was just hit with injuries after injuries after injuries, and it was just hard to come back from that.
How disappointed are you?
Well, did y'all hear that? Aaron Sam, Rosie Brown. Hey, Rosie. Mindy, did y'all hear though? That was a 24-year-old Kobe Bryant and a 39-year-old LeBron James. Lamont, that era had Kobe Bryant's input on it. This era has LeBron James' imprint put on it. Now, I want y'all to think deeper. Forget the work ethic. Y'all ain't hearing me. You talking about his work ethic. That ain't what I'm talking about. Because LeBron worked. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Robert. And I ain't trying, listen. I just painted a picture. I want y'all to think more than all that dog stuff. This young man, no excuses. Y'all, one of the greatest things that anybody ever told my son and his group of players when they were younger. I never forget, I was coaching at my son's team when they were young, but Avery Johnson came and spoke to them little boys. And he told them there's no excuses in this sport. No excuses. No excuse. I don't want to hear about. See, what LeBron ain't told y'all. AD, LeBron, Reeves, and AD, LeBron, Reeves, and one more dude. They've been more healthy. They played over 70 games. 4 of them played over 70-some games. Thank you, big coach. That's why I told y'all should share this show. I think about this. I never played this on the show. I never talked about this. And I'm not, LeBron is who he is. But y'all, is 2 ways to be able to think this game. It's 2 ways to be able to think this game. This young man said, we can have a million excuses. At 24, And we got a 39-year-old man. I told y'all all season. We ain't win. He's still talking about the mid-season tournament that meant nothing, that they won. I just want y'all to think. I ain't telling y'all to be mad at LeBron. I'm just sitting there thinking. Sometimes when I put stuff up here, Coach said those excuses trickle down the grassroots. Well, absolutely. Somebody, I was talking about a team lost the game yesterday. Lost the game yesterday. What's the team? JL3. First thing, somebody come on here, Jimmy come up here and tell me, well, they didn't have somebody. That's a freaking excuse. Hudson Grid didn't play. Hudson Grid played 24 damn minutes. They just lost the basketball game. Why we always having built-in excuses? Thank you, Coach. You made me think about it. This just happened yesterday. All I did, they won 2 and lost 1. But they tried to make an excuse. Thank you, man. This is my biggest issue with him. Accountability. Yes. The Brunettes gonna still make excuses for him. And listen, they can make excuses, but listen. I just painted you a picture. That's what I do on this show. I'm painting a picture for you to see yourself. If you missed the video, I played a video, and I might play it in a little bit. I played a video, Kobe Bryant, when he lost. He said, we can have a million excuses, but I'm not going to give you one. I got to get in and work harder. But the Kane, well, we was never healthy. Hey, Jimica, how you doing? This year will be the Lotus. Hey, Victoria, Wade, Calicut. This is going to be, remember I told you this, the ratings ain't going to suffer at all. Because LeBron ain't there. Because Steph ain't there. And I want you, the women's ain't going to suffer at all. See, you talking about the college playoff where they just play a couple of games. This playoff here going to go on into June. And people around the world are watching. It's not going to suffer at all. Remember, I told you that. Now people saying, watching, it's some people glad them dudes ain't playing gonna be watching. The human nature, being traveled the world, I know how people think around the world. So you gotta remember, y'all keep thinking about here. The NBA is a global game. It's global. Remember, I gave you this, Victoria, when you go, Okay. I'm just telling you. Remember, you come talking about the rating of the NBA rate. The NBA ratings is not going to suffer at all during this playoff. The basketball too good. The intrigue is too good. Somebody wanting to crown a new champion is good. You can think, in my 30 years in this business, I guarantee ratings ain't going to suffer. Because of these guys. You got to realize. The rating, see, I don't know how old you are, Victor. Michael Jordan, no. Bird and Magic is gone. What we going to do? The ratings going to go down. Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is leaving. The rating is going to go down. Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant is leaving. The rating is going to go down. Everything. LeBron James, Stephen Curry, KD. This game is going to go on when those guys are long and gone. Ain't now one of them dudes I just mentioned to me better than them dudes that start. I keep telling y'all. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and and not LeBron James, Magic Johnson and Larry Bird saved the league. Victoria, before they came on, the NBA Finals that you talking about, all of these playoffs, they were on tape delay. They played it after the game had already been played. After the news went off, they played it. Tape delay. But when Bird and Magic, they brought white against black. They played the college basketball. They won the most watched college basketball games ever. Indiana State versus Michigan State. Then the next year, Bird went to Boston. Magic went to the Lakers, the two-storied franchise. They was going at it back and forth. So they saved the league. So then the league became watchable. Converse came. All the people came. The sneaker shoes come. Everything came. I'm just giving you history. Then, all of a sudden, in the midst of all of that, when Bird and Michael Bird and Magic was getting older, this little young dude with his tongue hanging out from North Carolina named Michael Jordan, he came in and made the league global. He was not going to go on, he didn't want to go to the Barcelona games in Barcelona. He didn't want to go to the Olympics. He said, man, I just want to sit over here and I want to play golf and work out. I don't want to go. They talked him in because they knew the phenomenon. And then when he went over there, go and look it up. He was 59, go look it up. You know, he went over to Barcelona and changed the whole world around. He changed the whole world. When he went to Barcelona, if you went over there, you saw every statue, every poster, lifestyle, building size posters of him. Michael Jordan, everywhere you go, Michael Jordan. That paved the way for this European boom. Because what we did, when we went over there, we started putting clinics and stuff over there. Big Coach noticed. We started putting clinics and all that kind of stuff up over there. And over in Europe. And guess what? In Spain, guess who came from Spain? The Paul Gasol brothers. All of them. Mano came from Argentina. All of these guys were birthed because of what Michael Jordan. So Bird and Magic saved the league. Michael Jordan and made the league global. And LeBron made the league mobile. That where every player said, okay, I want to leave here and go here. I'm going to take a decision. I'm taking my talents to South Beach. So that's the evolution. Victoria. That monster, Victoria, I don't know if you looked at the news, but NBC is getting into the bidding. Outbidding TNT for the rights to broadcast the NBA next year. Amazon is getting in the business of NBA basketball so they can, let me tell you something. Victoria, from the surface, you know, in the hype of the women's basketball game, let me tell you something. This basketball gonna flourish. We got Wemby. See, y'all keep thinking here. Wemby ain't made it yet. But they're gonna be talking about him doing, cause what? He's one of the ambassadors. Globally. So anything they got Wemby doing, people over there gonna be watching. So y'all got to understand this is a global business, not just here. No, Anthony Edwards do not have the ratings taken care of. I beg to differ. Because I'm not going to watch the game because of Anthony Edwards. No, I ain't watching. I'm not running home. It's a collective group of guys going to run this thing. I don't have no, I'm going to tell you the guy who could have killed it. That Ja Morant. Ja Morant got more magnetism. See, the thing about Anthony Edwards that I just got a problem with. You won the game. Okay? You leaving the arena, the visiting team arena, Phoenix Arena, going through there, cussing and talking crazy and cussing. You don't win the game. Guys like that gonna turn people off. Kevin Lewis, I told y'all the other day, somebody better get to this kid. He just a little too much, and ain't nobody told him. Ain't nobody said that to him. Michael Jordan used to cuss, but he wouldn't let everybody else hear it. This dude letting people film him. He going through here, they're acting crazy, got his shirt off, talking crazy, after they done won. So he ain't the reason. To me, Kevin Lewis, that might be. I ain't rushing home to kid. I didn't rush home to see. I put it like this. I haven't seen that one game in its entirety of the Minnesota Timberwolves this year. I just haven't. Good team. Good team. But I beg to differ, Kevin Lewis. Take another look. Ain't no rating gonna sub these players. I ain't worried about that. Robert, this past weekend, I was watching the NFL post-draft show on NBAC. The co-host was a young lady named Nicole Richards. She is very impressive. She was as knowledgeable as some of the females on ESPN. Y'all watch this. I love this. Thank you, Keith. Keith, thank you, Keith. Keith Avery said, Robert, this past weekend, I'm going to get back to you, Kevin Lewis, because I want you to come back and tell me something else, because I ain't coming to the game. See, I ain't rushing home from the golf course to see Anthony Edwards. Maybe you will, but he ain't got that. He ain't touched that heartstring yet. But he said, Robert, this past weekend, I like this, Keith. Watch this, Keith. This past week, I was watching the NFL post-draft show in Dallas. The co-host was a young lady named Nicole Hutchinson. She was very impressive. Let me put it back up there. She was as knowledgeable as some of the females on ESPN. I think she's from Houston. Are you familiar with it? Keith Avery. She interned on this show. She's been on this show. Nicole, Cece, Sierra, Heaven, all of those girls work with this show and they going off to do better things. I don't know. It's a proven formula, and I'm surprised more kids ain't came and tried to be affiliated with this show. Nicole Hutchinson, yes, she is one on speed dial in my phone. Yes, we know her. She's been on this show. She interned for this show and everything, Keith. Thank you, Keith, for you're making the Chop Shop look good. Thank you. Because us having this space, she went to Howard, played tennis at Howard. Us having this space allowed a young girl to come on here and be able to, now you said, I didn't say she was great. You said she was just as knowledgeable. You follow me? And she's a brilliant mind. She's going to be a superstar in this business. But thank you. The Chop Shop, born out of the Chop Shop. Ever forget it. When y'all sit up here and call, whatever y'all say about the show when y'all ain't around, that young girl there, Nicole Hutchinson, I know her family and everything. Big Coach, let me get to you. You say, it's funny you say that. When I played in Europe, people would ask, can you dunk like Michael Jordan? Yes, absolutely. Let me see. Hey, leave Caitlin Clark alone. Caitlin Clark tearing them girls behind up there at the Fever. I'm just telling you. Caitlin Clark stepping back doing the Curry. You better pay attention up there. Hatter, who would be our American players besides Ja? See, y'all, all the players gonna be good, but when you talk about the face like them guys, you can never tell. Michael, you knew. See, y'all got to realize Michael gambled, and y'all still buy his shoes. Kobe was accused of rape a girl. You still buy his shoes, and he's beloved. Ja Morant didn't hurt nobody else. He might have whooped on that little boy for hitting him in the head with the ball. I probably would have did it too. Sometimes we just don't think. Sometimes I told you, we got to have a momentum of memory. Sometimes we forget. They want us to forget. That's why I try to get Victoria, the reason I was giving you some of that history, so you can have a momentum. Then you can go back and say, wait a minute, Robert told me this. Let me go back and take a look at this. But Ja had this magnetism. Y'all should have been out there at Utah at the All-Star game. Ja just messed up. Ja was on his way because he got the it. Everybody ain't got the it. Some players can play, and some players are great, and some players can hoop, but everybody don't have that it. He has social media jumping. Social media jumping. What is social media? Listen, Kevin, when he have Wall Street and Main Street jumping, you call me back. Kevin, I can't believe you've been on watching this show this long. And you tell me I agree, but he has social media. So he got to make Wall Street jump. Madison Avenue jump. How many of them ugly ass shoes you done went out and bought, Kevin Lewis? How many of them ugly ass shoes that dude wear, how many have you seen? What's up, baby? What's going on, baby? I'm going to call you later. I got you, baby. That's Kennedy Chandler's dad on the feed, man. One of the great young players out of Memphis, Tennessee. Do y'all hear me? Kevin Lewis. Having that it, man, that people globally going to love you. That you can have an ugly shoe and people still ask me, how many of y'all said, I got to have them sneakers? That Anthony, what's his name? What's your boy? Got to see. Anthony, what's the boy name again, y'all? I forgot the damn boy's name. Yo, I just drew a blank. I just drew a blank. Who was that American? Anthony Edwards. I just drew a blank. I'm old. I'm not drawing a blank sometimes. But drink some water on that one. He said, I got to drink some water on that one. Barry, I'm just giving it to you, Barry. And I know y'all, I know everybody ain't giving it to you like that. I told y'all they call me the butcher. I give it to you raw. You got to season it yourself now. But I was just thinking about no, but Sterling Creeks. No. Sterling Creeks. Hold up, Sterling Creeks. Hold up. I think I got it. Sterling Creeks, I'm finna pull something up on you now. Oh, what's the dude name? Hold up, man. Hold up. Watch this. One of the worst basketball shoes made. Watch this. Hold on. Watch this. This for my boy Sterling Creeks.
I got one thing to say.
Yeah, what's that?
I see Adidas shoes.
All right, now, Michael, is this the shoe? Now, of course, we can't show what kind of shoe this is.
Yeah, that's okay. The color stand for
But
it.
is this the shoe that the NBA wouldn't let you wear?
Yeah.
Now, why wouldn't they let you wear it? Just because it's ugly, I guess, for starters.
Hey, I agree with you. They are ugly.
Now, wait a minute. Didn't you help design these?
It's the shoe, not the color.
Oh, not the color.
Have anything to do with
okay,
the
so,
color.
but what's wrong with the coloring? What rule do we violate here?
Well, it doesn't have any white in it.
Uh-huh. Well, neither does the NBA.
I got one thing.
What you said about ugly? Michael even called his own shoe ugly. And every last one of y'all, Robert Hanna probably the only person on this show that don't have not one pair of them shoes. They tried to give me some golf shoes like them, and I wouldn't take them. Should I play that back again? Because Sterling said one of the worst basketball shoes made. He was talking about, I asked Kevin Lewis, how come he ain't bought no Anthony Edwards shoes? If he moved enough. I got some jars. Are y'all hearing me? Are y'all hearing me? You think he up next? Listen. What y'all always say? He's going to have an opportunity to be. Did y'all hear that? What, Sterling? Sterling, you ain't said nothing. Sterling, you didn't know I was going to have that for you today, did you, buddy? Sterling Creeks, you ain't saying nothing to me. Don't do me like that. I know you're working, but talk to your boy now. Did I get you? Did I get you, Sterling? But hold up. I don't care what you saying that now, little young whippersnapper. Bob. Michael Jordan said the shoe was ugly himself. Let me play it again. Let me play it again. Cause I'd rather listen to Michael Jordan than you, Bob. Watch this.
I got one thing to say.
Yeah, what's that?
I see Adidas shoes.
All right, now, Michael, is this the shoe? Now, of course, we can't show what kind of shoe this is.
Yeah, that's okay. The color stands for
But
it.
is this the shoe that the NBA wouldn't let you wear?
Yeah.
Now, why wouldn't they let you wear it? Just because it's ugly,
know.
I
They've
guess,
never
for
seen
starters.
Hey, I agree with you. They are ugly.
Now, wait a minute. Didn't you help design these?
It's the shoe, not the color.
Oh, not the color.
Have anything to do with
okay,
the
so,
color.
but what's wrong with the coloring? What rule do we violate here?
Well, it doesn't have any white in it.
Uh-huh. Well, neither does the NBA.
Did y'all notice he said it didn't have any white in it? Ooh, y'all. See, Michael Jordan, man. But now y'all wearing that shoe. Y'all got it on your outfits. Y'all wearing it with tuxedos. Y'all wearing it everywhere. But I want y'all to start buying. If y'all like Anthony Edwards so much, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, when I went in the Dick's Sporting Goods, man, not too far from the crib, I went in there one day, the other last week, and I saw Caitlin Clark's t-shirts in Houston, Texas. She played for the Indiana Fever. I said, how in the hell? No, he did said the shoe is ugly. Listen to it again, y'all. Damn. Boy, listen to it.
I got one
again.
thing to say.
Yeah,
Let's-
what's that?
I see Adidas
Take the
shoes.
wax
All
out.
right, now, Michael, is this the shoe? Now, of course, we can't show what kind of shoe this is.
Yeah, that's okay. The color stands for
But
it.
is this the shoe that the NBA wouldn't let you wear?
Yeah.
Now, why wouldn't they let you wear it? Just because it's ugly?
The color the NBA would let them wear. He said the shoe is ugly. Now watch this. Don't nobody listen to this but Favre, because he can't hear. Listen to this.
No,
I
they've
guess,
never
for
seen
starters.
Hold
I got
on.
one thing to say.
Yeah,
Hold
what's
on.
that?
Hold on. This for
I
you,
see
Favre.
Adidas shoes.
All right, now, Michael, is this the shoe? Now, of course, we can't show what kind of shoe this is.
Yeah, that's okay. The color stands for
But
it.
is this the shoe that the NBA wouldn't let you wear?
Yeah.
Now, why wouldn't they let you wear it? Just because it's ugly,
know.
I
They've
guess,
never
for
seen
starters.
Hey, I agree with you. They are ugly.
Now,
I agree with you. They are ugly. I agree. What Favre, read my lip. I agree with you. They are ugly. Hold up, y'all, because these folks don't listen.
Hey,
Watch
I
this.
agree with you. They are ugly.
now, wait a minute. Didn't
Hold on.
Hey, I agree with you. They are ugly.
Now, wait a minute.
Hey, I agree with you. They are ugly.
Now, wait a
Hey, I agree with you. They are ugly.
Now, wait a
Hey, I agree with you. They are ugly.
Now, wait a minute. Didn't you help design these?
It's the shoe, not the color.
Do y'all understand, man? I'm the one put this video up here so I know what it said, Bob. And then you come back. I ain't got to stop it. He said, I agree with you. It is ugly. Hold up. Let it go then.
I got one thing to say.
Yeah, what's that?
I see Adidas shoes.
All right, now, Michael, is this the shoe? Now, of course, we can't show what kind of shoe this is.
Yeah, that's okay. The color
Can't
stands
quit.
But is this the shoe that the NBA wouldn't let you wear?
Wrong
Now,
is-
why wouldn't they let you wear it? Just because it's ugly,
know.
I
They've
guess,
never
for
seen
starters.
Hey, I agree with you. They are ugly.
Now, wait a minute. Didn't you help design these?
It's the shoe, not the color.
Oh, not the
It
color.
Have anything to do with
okay,
the
so
color.
but what's wrong with the coloring? What rule do we violate here?
Well, it doesn't have any white in it.
Uh-huh.
I let it play. What the hell did you want to hear? Can't you just say,
one
man,
thing-
I was
Yeah,
wrong?
what's that?
I see Adidas
I'm going to
shoes.
play it
All
again
right,
for
now,
you.
Michael, is this?
Show me. Tell me what he's talking about. The color was ugly.
Hey, I agree with you. They are ugly.
Now, wait a minute. Didn't you help design these?
It's the shoe, not the color.
Oh, not the
It
color.
Have anything to do
I'm
with
gonna
Okay,
start
so what's wrong
ignoring
with
your.
the
I'm gonna start ignoring your comments, because some people just can't don't get it. The NBA. They go Lionel. He ain't listening. He asked them, why did the NBA ban the shoe? Because it didn't have white in it. Mike wore it because this was his job to wear. He said the NBA banned it because it didn't have white. It wasn't nothing wrong with the color. He called his own shoe ugly. That's the point I'm trying to make. And y'all don't get it yet. It's ugly. It's ugly. He said his own shoe. You probably thought, hold up, let me go. Let me go again. Because if Jimica didn't get it, boy, y'all come to the front of the class. Come to the front of the class.
I got one thing to
But
say.
y'all back there playing around, playing skirt
All right,
season.
now, Michael, is this the shoe? Now, of course, we can't show what.
There, so I can. He said you can't show. Tell me what he said. Anything about the color. Watch this.
Shoe this is.
Yeah, that's okay. The color stand for
But
it.
is this the shoe that the NBA wouldn't let you wear?
Yeah.
Now, why?
The color. He was talking about the color. The NBA wouldn't let him play in the shoe because it was the colorway wasn't right. The colors had to be uniform back then with the NBA. Jimica. Now watch this. That's what he was talking about. The color. They didn't ban the shoe. They banned the color.
They let you wear it just because it's ugly.
No,
I
they
guess
never
for
seen
starters.
Hey, I agree with you. They are ugly.
Now,
I agree with you. They are ugly. They are ugly. Not the color are ugly. What, Jimica? They are ugly.
but didn't you help design these?
Then he said,
Not the color.
Oh, not the color.
I didn't design the color. I helped design the shoe. What he's doing,
Anything to do with
Okay,
the
so
color.
but what's wrong with the coloring? They
dude, I done listened to
rule
this,
do we
man.
violate?
Hey, man.
Well,
Hey, Bob. I done listened to this. I done studied this. I done negotiated with somebody to get a sneaker before. So I know what the hell I'm talking about. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Wow. Oh, my God. You worry about the fine. Nike paid the fine. Thank you. He said they were ugly. And why can't nobody? He said they was ugly. It's okay. Hey, see what you start, Sterling Creeks. Sterling Creeks. What I done learned on this show, that y'all just don't listen. So maybe I have to repeat stuff over and over. And you know what I was thinking about? Because I brought this up. And see, I did this earlier. Y'all. I want y'all to hear this. Because some of y'all wasn't on. I want y'all to hear this. I want y'all to see the contrast. See, because your ass might not listen to this right. But listen, watch this.
How disappointed are you?
Well, I just hate losing. It's a tough loss. They played extremely well. We just have to get ready for the off season. Next season for us starts right now.
Can you assess exactly what went wrong? Was it too many injuries? Was it Shaq's foot at the beginning of the year? Can you begin to assess why you lost this series?
Nah, we have a million and one excuses that we could go to. Fact of the matter is, we're not going to make any. They played better than we did in this series. We had our opportunities to win it. Didn't go for us. So we just have to regroup. Like I said, next season starts right now, and come back next season ready to play.
How much harder will you work in this offseason now to get back to the championship?
I'll push myself to exhaustion.
Kobe, we thank you for your time.
Our season has been derailed all season with just like injuries and guys in and out. And, I talked about it all year. He was around us all year. I said, it's hard to say who we are, what we can be, because we have yet to be whole. I think we was only probably whole maybe one or two times this year. And I know one of them was during the in-season tournament. We got whole, and we showed what we was capable of doing. But we was just hit with injuries after injuries after injuries, and it was just hard to come back from that.
How disappointed are you?
And let me explain. I'm gonna leave this alone because we got two people that just can't let it quit, can't let it die. Sterling Creeks came on the feed and said, because somebody was talking about they love that Anthony Edwards gonna be, the next one. Let me show you how this started, because maybe y'all wasn't in the room. Y'all just walked in the room and just start coming. And he said that. So I asked the question: if Anthony Edwards that good, why aren't you buying those ugly shoes he got on? And he said something. Let me see what Sterling said. Something about the shoes. Let me get back, because I don't like to put people. Unlike y'all, I don't like to. I want to read exactly what the man said. Hold on. He said, one of the worst basketball shoes made. So that's when I brought the video. Michael Jordan said, yeah, everybody buying. I see all of y'all. Everybody except Robert Hatter got a pair of them damn little shoes there. Y'all even know the numbers. I don't know those numbers of those shoes, because I never bought them. And I said, you talking about the worst shoe ever made, but Michael Jordan said his own shoe was ugly. And all of y'all done got a pair. I bet you, I know Bob got 100. That's why he running his mouth. He got 100 pair in there. So I'm gonna get that out. See, I have 4 pairs. See, I don't have not one, and I can get them for free. Now, keep going. You know, and the reason I said that, and I'm glad that, you know, I want y'all to do a favor. Do me a favor. You got some kids around your house, grandbabies, whatever. You have kids, whenever you get a chance to be around them, do me a favor. Can you read to the child for 10 minutes a night? Can you read to your child for 10 minutes a night? So then they can comprehend stuff a little bit more. Can you commit that to your grandbaby? My grandson probably tired of me. I read to him over FaceTime if I'm not there. Can you read to them for 10 minutes a night? Don't put them in front of no device. Is that a commitment that can we all have? See, I think we can use the reverberation of our throats in that child's spirit. It does something magical. The power of reading is beyond the words on the page. You are invoking their imagination. You are getting into their souls. I had to get at the y'all. I had to give that to y'all. And I got another pet peeve. I got a pet peeve. And maybe y'all can talk me off a ledge. I'm glad y'all here. Share the show, because I need more than y'all. Jemica, yeah. It's just 2 of y'all. It's okay, Jemica, it's okay. It's okay. Y'all just came in late. It's okay. Jemica, one of my pet peeves. I'm going to tell you what happened. I'm on the phone talking to this guy, right? Me and him been on the phone. We talking back and forth for months. He been knowing me for years. I knew of him, but I didn't know him. But we got kind of closer lately because, you know, summer basketball, right? The man told me. Now, I've been knowing him. The man told me they were out of town, basketball tournament. And this dude came up to him and said, ask him, what does he do? Now, I've been knowing this man for years. I ain't never asked that man, what did he do? And I know you flip side. Well, Rob, I want to know what he do because I want to know if we can be. I ain't never asked no man, what do you do? I don't care what you do. It ain't my damn business. Because if we do business together, I'm going to do a dossier on you. I'm going to figure out if we're doing business. But just walking up to a man, you wondering? You know what I love? When I was going, watching my son's games, and I noticed I was the only black parent on every trip. I know them people will wonder, what I know, but they didn't ever ask. And y'all help me. So some of y'all must be doing it because ain't nobody said nothing yet. Jim. Ain't nobody said nothing yet. Jim just starts crying and smiling. And ain't nobody said nothing yet. Maybe y'all, listen. If y'all do, listen, I ain't mad at y'all for doing it. I just don't do it. What you do? What, so you can run your mouth? Y'all help me. Maybe y'all need to help me. Don't even know you. Just see you around and watch you moving. What you do? I tell them I sell personality. Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah. I sell personality. Something is wrong. Listen, I'm feeling a spirit. Hey, y'all, if y'all are the people out there who ask people what they do, explain to me why y'all do it. Because I don't know. Because I ain't asked nobody what they do. This is a hell of a subject, because I can tell because you're quiet. It's a church house mouse. He might have wanted to know what angle to go for his next question. You in here reading people's mind. Listen to me. There you go again. Keep far. I didn't ask you what somebody else thinking. I asked, do you do it? You can't be inside nobody else's damn head. Sonya, why you need to know? That's a good one, Sonya. That's what I told him, Coach. Coach, don't be using my stuff, man. Father, you're trying to read minds, just like you read Michael Jordan and what's the man name? In David Letterman's mind. Use a mind reader. Use a skin diver. You get up under their skin and know what they're doing. Sometimes they may ask, no, I did. Sometimes they may ask because they see you in that. But why? Why what he does? How did that? Why? I don't care what he's driving in. I heard a young lady said that she only associate with people that are lead. That's subjective. Boy, I knew this was a good subject. That's subjective. I didn't mean to go for a whole hour. Y'all got so much stuff to talk about today. Oh my God, but this is good. I don't ask the first time I meet somebody unless we are in a business type. Yes. Business, then you got to know. Because y'all, I got to tell you, no, I ain't telling you, but I asked you. My question was, let me go back to the question, Bob, because you don't hear that good. Do y'all ask people what they do? That's what I see. You talking about where they ask me? I ain't ask nobody what nobody. I say, do you ask people what they do? And I want to know why. Don't nobody? Nowadays, you don't have to ask. Corey, thank you, Corey. I love that. They social media tell you everything. So watch what you're putting in social media. That's a good one, Corey. I like that one, Corey. Somebody else, anybody else, anybody? Y'all setting this out. Listen. I know some of y'all be asking people. That's why I'm asking y'all the question. All I want to know is why you ask them. Even women. I can meet a girl, we get to talking, and my partner said, what she do? I said, I don't know. We talked about every damn thing else. See, maybe I got a conversation that I can talk about other things than what you do. First of all, I want to know who you are. Your representation. Give me who you are. Who are you? You go to church. You love the Lord. What's the last book you done read? What's the last place you done traveled? It's a whole lot of things. I'm giving you game. To you guys who ain't got no game. I don't. None of my business. That's how I felt about it. It's none of my business. So I'm just trying to figure out, because me and my partner was just talking about, and you know what's so funny? I said, man, me and you been talking all this time. I never asked you what you did. Ain't my business. Think about it. The guy who know the guy, that been around the guy, ain't never asked him, but a dude who, and it's summer basketball, and all of these, it's a summer basketball thing. So, being my kids was usually the only black on the team, me and my wife was asked this offer. See, Lionel, you didn't hear me. You didn't hear me. See, y'all got to hear me now, Lionel. My question was, do you ask? I'm trying to find people. Do you ask people what they do? Forget them. We know they ask. Do you? Because unless you can call them right now and say, why did y'all ask me that? After people volunteer their information, then they ask, well, what you do? There you go again. Y'all not listening to. Do this mic work? Mike, I'm talking to the mic. Mike, do you work? Because evidently somebody not listening to what I said. Do y'all ask people what they do? Do you? Do Big Coach? Do Lionel Rogers? Just say no. So I'm trying to find somebody to give me a yes. Listen, I ain't looking for all that other stuff people ask me. I ain't worried about that. I'm just asking y'all, do y'all ask? Anybody? I sometimes. Okay, so Mindy says she do it sometimes as an icebreaker. See, Mindy, I got to give you some more icebreakers because you don't have to ask all the time. But that's what you do. But I understand. Mindy says she does it as an icebreaker. It's cool. I got 1,000 icebreakers. I ain't got it. Because guess what? Every situation is different. Every person is different. So I don't have the same icebreaker. But that's a good one, Mindy. I like that one. Thank you, Mindy College. Mindy following instructions. I know Mindy used to sit at the front of class. Mindy used to be one of them one sitting in front of class who make 100 all the time and then get mad. Oh, Robert, you didn't make but a 98. Get out of here. Mindy was one of them kind. Sonia says she don't ask. Okay, anybody else other than Mindy? Mindy, that was a good one. Thank you, Mindy College. She said, yes, I do it as an icebreaker. Yeah, ask me that, I'm going to give you something slick. Don't ask me that as no icebreaker. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you, I sell women's lingerie. What's up? How about that? Especially as a woman asks me. I sell women's lingerie. How you doing? You want some? See, Mindy, I told y'all, they named a show after me. It's called The Closer. Johnny, I'm gonna close the deal, Johnny. Johnny, Johnny, it's so funny, man. In my whole career, I never get. My guys always said, man, you know, Rob, we done got him there. You go close the deal. I'm gonna close the deal. Or maybe I hear someone is in the airline industry and we start talking about what we do with things. Oh yeah, that's different, Mindy. Instead of Mindy, let's say me and you at a summer basketball game, and you seeing the way I'm moving around, and you walking a grown ass man walking up and asking another man, what you do? What your mammy do? That's what I want to tell him. What your mammy do? That's how I feel. Why you asking me that? I know you don't like me. You probably don't like. Why are you asking what I do? I think Dennis asked you that at the game one time, and you went all in. No, Dennis didn't ask me that. No, he did. No, he did. Only if they talking in a way it seems that they want me to do something. Otherwise, no. Yeah, that's what I tell them, Johnny. What your mammy do? Asking me. Especially a dude. Now, you women, I don't know how y'all react to each other. I don't know how y'all do. But I don't want no dude come asking me all that, man. Nose ass. No, I don't ask at first, but over time, I think that seemed cool. Yes, there you go. I have to check people's demeanor because their spirit ain't right. I move around. Thank you. Hey, I got to listen to this. She never comments. Miss Kessler, if she put it on there, I'm going to listen. Her and Mindy, follow my instructions. That's why I love y'all. That's why I love women. That's why I love them. They follow. Some folks want you to ask, go figure. Some people want you to ask. You said some people want you to ask. But I ain't, that ain't what I'm asking though. Do y'all go around ask? Y'all got to realize, y'all got to hear my conversation. Me and a partner of mine was on the phone yesterday, and we was talking. And he said the dude came up here and asked him, what'd he do? And I forgot what he told him. He told him something slick. But me and him sit there talking. I said, dude, all this time I've been knowing you, I ain't never asked you what you did. I don't care what you do. If I like you, I like you. If I like you and I want to talk to him, I don't talk to people because of what they do. See, that's what happens. That's what a lot of people talk to you. Like I'll never forget, my son we was talking one day, and he just talked about what sometimes people in his industry, at that school, the school he went to, everybody are ambitious and everybody is opportunist and want to be around you because you do this and you got this, you do this and you do this. He said, and I love that. I guess he watched me because he don't like when people do that. I never forget he told me a girl, as he was in high school, and the girl said something, want him to do something, and then she said, get your daddy to do it. She said, and he said, he called and told me, he said, that's my dad's money. That's my dad. That ain't mine. So I sit back and think about this, y'all. And it's something, and I'm just trying to figure it out. What does me telling you what I do, how does that, maybe y'all got a reason. How does that benefit you? Exactly. They're trying to size you. Thank you, Miss Tasha. She said opportunity is the word. They want to know what you do. Yes. Yes. Boy, I can tell y'all some stories. That people can be out of town at events, like at the Super Bowl and and they see somebody who they done seen me with that I know can get, and they'll use my name to get in the place. Because the people done call me. So, that's my boy. Now my guy's back. Because I don't know where he went. He's back. This This has been my day one guy. Yo, if ever y'all hear me talking crazy to Alpha Yo VZ, that's my dude. He was one of the first members of the Boom Boom Room. I'm going to always be hard on my people. That's my dude. I'm going to challenge him. Because I want him to broaden it. If you know, he a little cliquish now. If you ain't with the Chop Shop, if you ain't with this, with TJ Ford, if you ain't with Legacy School of Sports and Science, boy, he ain't gonna say nothing about you. He got a little cliquish in it, but hey, I like that. You know, it's called, they call it tribalism. This my crew. I run with my crew. I like that. But he said, when you're the man, you never have to ask that kind of question. What Barry McDonald? Miss Glover, I can't wait to tell you who that person is that asked this man. Y'all know him. But y'all know I ain't gonna do him like that. I just wanted to know. See that, man? See that? Y'all see, he wrong for that, man. He wrong for that. He said, but how do I still use your name at the Aria? Let me tell you something. Don't tell everybody that. Don't tell everybody that. Wait a minute. I'm finna text somebody some. Yeah, I just texted him who it was, so they can know. But no, I just wanted to get that out the way, y'all. I thanks for abuse. I guess a lot of y'all didn't do that. A lot of y'all don't do that, but it was brought up to me yesterday, and I just wanted to. But don't forget about reading. They said they already knew. Don't forget about reading 10 minutes a day to your babies. Okay. What else I had? You know what? Before we get there, because we're going to talk about NBA a little bit. He said, before I go out and hit the golf course, somebody told me, it's a reminder. Kevin Durant had a chance to be on the New York team, and he chose Brooklyn. If you are a long-standing member on this show, I had left the Aria. I had left the back in 2019. I was in the lobby and we were talking. And Kevin Durant said he's going to the Knicks. And I came back on this show and told everybody on this show. I overheard. I'm sitting there talking, all of us talking. He said, man, I'm going to the Knicks. And he let Kyrie talking to him into going to Brooklyn. I don't know if y'all remember that or not. I think a lot of fans look at the Knicks as a brand. And we expect these young players who in their lifetime don't remember the Knicks being good. But the cool thing right now was not the Knicks. But I was thinking about Kevin Durant, man. He had a chance to choose the Knicks over Brooklyn. No, we ain't talking about Bronson. I'm talking about the Knicks versus Brooklyn. I ain't mentioned no Bronson. Bronson wouldn't even be thought of because Kyrie would have went with him to the Knicks. Why could he? This is the point I'm trying to make, Trey. Just hold on a second. Let me paint my picture before let me paint it. Why couldn't he get Kyrie to follow him to the Knicks instead of going to the Brooklyn? I ain't mentioned no fucking Bronson. I ain't about Bronson. I'm talking about KD. In 2019, Bronson was in college then. What my man at? Trey Phillips. I'm talking about 2019. But I think a lot of, I'm thinking about it. KD got eliminated this year, right? Y'all got to watch this because ain't nobody talking about this. Y'all busy talking about LeBron and all them people. When he was at the Nets, they missed the playoffs. Had James Harden on the team and Kyrie Irving. His foot don't step on the line, they win the game. He with the Suns. They got swept in the first round. I'm just looking at it. I'm just thinking about this. I'm finna go down. KD eliminated. The Nets missed the playoff. The Suns swept in the first round. Golden State missed the playoffs. The Lakers down where they swept now. Instead of making something great somewhere for yourself, like Bronson did, he ran, KD did, and now he's spectating. Why did he ever leave Golden State? And all you Laker Nation people, y'all think about that. Why leave Golden State? Because Draymond talking to me crazy. Why you don't watch Chop Shop? Robert Allen talk to me crazy. But Laker Nation, y'all have a problem. All the good teams in the West are young and talented. The Nuggets, the Timberwolves, the Thunder, and the Mavs, and the biggest elephant in the room is the Spurs, who with Victor Wembanyama would definitely be a playoff team next season. For the Lakers to compete with all of these teams, the roster must improve. The roster must improve. Now, he had to leave. He had to leave. I'm gonna tell you why. Who said that? Big Coach. I like that. Big Coach. Big Coach. Big Coach. You finna take me on a whole nother. But I love it, y'all. Y'all, all this stuff I had planned to type, but Big Coach finna take me somewhere. Big Coach said, personally, I don't think he should have left OKC. Okay. I like that. I'll put that up on the screen. Big Coach. Big Coach. Big Coach, got something for you. Boy, you're going to be the smartest dude at the nail shop. I mean, at the barber shop. Golden State was a perfect fit for him. Yes, you do. Ate my lunch yesterday, but I'm back with two fat ladies at the buffet. Check this out. Let me ask you a question, Big Coach. How many people out there, y'all listening or watching? Oh, my God! Jimmy, you done came on at the wrong time. Big Coach, let's continue this tomorrow. Big Coach, I got something for you, man. You remind me tomorrow about this. Somebody remind me. I got something for y'all, man. But Jimmy done chimed in, and I'm gonna bring him. But Big Coach, I had something for you today, boy. Don't you forget. You remind me tomorrow. Y'all, Big Coach, I know it's Women Rock Wednesday, but Big Coach asked me a question. He said, personally, I don't think. Let me put it in my notes, Big Coach, for tomorrow. I'm not going. I'll do you this justice. Let me see. Big Coach, watch this. Big Coach asked the question. What did he say? I don't think that Kevin, he should have left OKC personally. KD leaving OKC. Okay. Big coach, I got that for you. You be on the show early tomorrow. Boy, I got something for you. It's going to change your life. And everybody else, y'all got to watch it. Get there early. It's going to change your life when people telling you about not leaving a toxic situation. Remember this, because some of y'all are probably in toxic situations now. You're going to learn something tomorrow about this. I got you. Big coach. Thank you.
OKC definitely was toxic for KD.
No, Jimmy. I know, but Big Coach said personally he thought he shouldn't have left. But Jimmy, let me get him. Jimmy, I got something for him. We ain't gonna waste it. We ain't gonna waste it. I got him. But Big Coach, it's gonna help you. It ain't nothing bad, baby. Hold up, it ain't nothing bad, Big Coach. I'm trying to put Jimmy on the ocean with me. I'm trying to put Jimmy out on the ocean with me. So Jimmy, what's going on, man? Big Coach, Jimmy, you know I love to see stuff like that. So Jimmy, just give me I just wanted to talk about. See, Jimmy. Let's say you're smart. I'm gonna give you this. You're smart. You're young, and you're really committed to your work. At your workplace where you just don't feel the other people are just as committed as you. You don't think that they are quite as bright as you are, and it's frustrating. Big Coach, that's all I'm gonna give you right now. And because I've been there, Big Coach. I'm gonna show you something tomorrow. What's up, Jim? Talk, man. Come on. Let me see what they're saying.
What we got, man? We got shoot, man. We got so much good stuff. I mean, of course, you sound like you talking NBA, so we can skip on past that. We are
not really. We ain't talking about NBA. Not really. I've just glossed over it, but keep going. We one day what? Away from the transfer portal.
One day from the portal. So, guys, this is time to either hit or get off the pot. In regards to many of you, and what you're going to notice is that, like I said, it starts to get scary because these Division I coaches, a lot of them have this type of thinking. Let's say I'm looking at a list, and they do it all the time. We go sideways first. Say we look at the rankings list, and people that have rankings lists, and the young man, in a very rare instance, it was the month of April, and the number one ranked player in this area had no school by his name for as a college. So what it did is it make how college coaches do when they sift through some of these lists, and they'll say, well, damn, what's going on? That's a red flag when you see that. Like, hold on, why is he still on the board? Why isn't he gone somewhere? Why isn't he committed? So then I got to give a little piece of the story and I've educated many college coaches on what to play here. Coach, let me tell you something. You will likely be wasting your time unless you have time to waste. Just back out of the driveway on this one. Trust me. Now, you got his number, the number in the cheat sheet book. Give him a call and do a hey big head or something like that there, right? And get what? Because you might can get him on the downstroke after he get in the portal, if he gets in the portal next year.
The downstroke?
Or the rebound.
Nasty little, but keep going, man.
Yeah, you're right. Let's back that out the driveway. We're talking about males talking to males.
Might just get him later.
Yeah. That's males talking to males. There ain't no good insert right there. We got to put. Hey, ain't no highlighter. Give me the black Sharpie to write over that one. That way you can't see through it. But this is why I talk to a lot of these college coaches, and especially at my age now, I talk to a lot of them like that. Some of them get offended because they think that you're telling them, you're trying to box them out of recruiting them.
The coaches do.
Some of them feel that way, right? And so it's no big thing, but I'm doing it and I talk like that to people because I'll be my first priority And my primary reason is that I got into this business, well, not into the business, but into the business with the college coaches, that part of it, with the scouting service component. The primary reason I got in that business was to save coaches time and money. I know people that are around me have heard me say that before. I save coaches time and money. And in doing so, I will save you so much time and so much money that now you would likely grow to appreciate me for doing so. Because otherwise, you got to call somebody, lead them up. Back in those days. Everybody didn't have the social media and the cell phone technology that we have now. Really, now it was a time just a couple of decades ago where you got to call a person. People still had, they call them answering machines in a lot of the coaches' office. They didn't have a digital lead a message at the time.
Yeah.
They had an actual damn machine.
Yeah.
That the coaches would go and know what happened on those machine. If you had players, those machines were full by lunchtime because they only had so much memory. And if you really remember the ones before the end, they had little old micro cassette tape that you flip over, and that's the thing. But then they had, by that time when I started, they had advanced to just leaving the message into the machine. So college coaches would leave those messages. The high school coaches, Texas, a lot of people in Texas have it real good because a lot of coaches in Texas don't have classes. A lot of them don't. But they're still busy as hell and they don't check that machine but once a day. So if you're calling that coach, the voice message is full. So that means you can't leave a text message at that time. You're at the mercy. If you did leave a message, you're at the mercy of him calling you back. Let's say he calls you back. Know what you're doing? Talking to a recruit. So you don't know his number. He's not locked in your phone. So y'all going to play ping pong for 2 to 3 days, maybe a week with that coach over and over and over again. So I found a space that I could occupy to expedite that communication. I would go and let the high school coach know, hey, this coach calls. He's trying to get in touch with you. Okay, give him my cell number. Okay, he's going to get your cell number. He's going to text message you. I need you to call him back. Coach, high school coach say, trust me, Hicks, I'm going to call him back. Just tell him to text after this time or before this time. And this is how I became valuable in my community of the high school recruiting for the high school coaches, as well as to the college coaches, because they saw what I was doing being effective, and I was not in the middle. I did it without keeping myself in people's business. Now, don't get it twisted. I did for a moment because it kind of felt important to during those days. I would go and pick certain college coaches up from the airport and drive them over to the school, to the gym period, and watch them through the front door of the office. And the people in the office, the front office, those secretaries or whatever, they would see the coach. They got to sign in. They would get in the driver's license. They would give them a little tag to put on their chest. But then by that time, everybody's whispering, "Ooh, he has UConn coach in there." UConn, so that made me become popular when I go back to that school because they remember me from bringing those coaches into their building. I'm just telling you how but after doing it and doing it and doing it, more and more coaches were wearing me out. And then I had, at the time, I'm taking care of my mother. So I'm juggling all of this and got pretty good at juggling that stuff. But I got to a point where I say, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to help empower the grassroots coaches now. I'm going to empower them. At the time, it was a Hatfield and McCoy type atmosphere that was going on in this area, whereas high school coaches and the grassroots coaches really was on opposite sides of the stick. They didn't get along for different reasons, and I mean, it was just crazy. So what I did, I made an effort, start supplying and letting the college coaches know for different kids, here's the cell phone number to the grassroots guy. Everybody didn't have everybody's cell phone. Remember, you couldn't go and just DM nobody back then. So I go and I provided those numbers. And what the plan was, this is where the plan went astray, because it was going good for the high school coaches. And eventually my plan was, after you get them, you get to know that college coach, the grassroots guys, he's going to want to take you to Papa Do's, get you a shrimp basket, and you go and you get you a meal, a platter or whatnot. Wasn't no steak 48 in Houston at that time. But then now when you get done, you let them know that when they start asking about other kids, tell them, let's talk about your kids. Because they're gonna start asking about other kids. That ain't what your line work is. That's what they got. That's what they get from me. Then I give them to the other kids' grassroots coach if they won't get intel on that kid from them. Well, what happened is everybody got in the city over a period of the next 4, 5 years. The grassroots guys would bash each other's kids to the point to where the college coaches would just throw their hands up and just say, "The hell with it." You would ask the red coach, who's the best? What about the blue? Oh, blue ain't nothing, man. If it ain't red, blue ain't nothing. They would ask blue about the red. They would tell you the red ain't nothing. Then they would ask green. Green would say red and blue ain't shit. So then they asked yellow. Yellow would say red, blue, and green. Man, my kid just dropped 30 on all of them. So then that's what happened. One of the things that happened that made a lot of college coaches go sour on Houston. And then when those coaches would come to town.
But go sour. Sour because they still need the product. You mean go sour of dealing with people?
Yes.
In Houston. Because they still, so I just want to get the parents to understand. If your kid can play, he gonna bypass, or he gonna get past all that. Now, if your kid can't play, then he gonna get caught up in that shuffle.
Yeah. So this would be foremost those kids that are on the bubble, that are on prospect.
Yes.
That you're trying to find out if he's really good enough for your level. We're not talking about the obvious.
Yes. Okay.
Kids.
Yeah, but you have to be playing, because Jimmy, they can't hear that good. I just found out this morning they ain't hearing that good on the show today. So I just wanted to make sure he's clear. But keep going. I like this.
This is an important part of history of the city that I'm giving you guys. And so realize I don't know that this disconnect is taking place until it takes a matter of years to realize what didn't happen, because you see a coach maybe at the Final Four. You see him somewhere at the live period. Hey, what happened, man, with you and that kid? What happened? Because I gave him the info and I get the hell out the way. So I just know everybody ain't gonna get every kid, but hey, man, how did you go? Was it good, man? We just then finally a coach you eating and you fellowshipping, and one coach just gave it to me. Hey, man, it's messed up down there. What do you mean? So now my point of telling you guys this story is to inform you that a lot of this parts of the recruiting process from this city had been compromised or messed up years ago.
About how many years? Give us a timeline.
around the time, around 2014-ish, 15.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
When it really just got it. See, it couldn't stop. See, that was a time when it was kind of probably messed up already. See, at some point, those coaches had to talk to people because you had enough kids that were pros that came through within a 5-year window that they could not ignore this city. That was the power, the tip of the mountains could not ignore what was happening down here in Houston. Remember, you start off. Remember, first of all, we just take it. Let's say 2008 was this last summer for Tommy Mason Griffin. Right? It was good. It was going. Remember, Tommy Mason Griffin, Big Tiny left. Him and Jamal Branch, they left Atascocita. In case you guys didn't know, Tiny Gallen and Jamal Branch were on the basketball team at Atascocita High School. And they didn't make the playoffs. I said it again. Their last year playing, they did not make the playoffs. They got beat in an elimination game. Or if they did make the playoffs, it was a fourth. I think it was a tiebreaker. Yeah, that's what it was. They got beat in a tiebreaker game over at Baytown Sterling High School. Baytown Lee, one of them. I was there.
Sometimes great players just don't win. Because I was thinking about Anthony Edwards. At Georgia, Jimmy, they were 5 and 15. They were 13, 14 place in the SEC. So sometimes players, it just don't equate to winning sometimes. But keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is good stuff I'm giving you here. So around that time, 2010 was the Jack Yates, Snap Peters, Joseph Young phenomenon.
The national championship.
That took the whole storylines from week to week, day to day. You understand what was going on? You couldn't ignore it. You see what I'm saying? You couldn't, if you wanted to, Yates people wasn't going to let you ignore the fact that Yates is back.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like no matter what you were doing, no matter what part of the country you were in, you couldn't ignore what was going on down in Houston. So then 2011, 2000, it kind of shifted up to Dallas a little bit. But then 2012 was our junior class at 11 that we had a whole lot of promise in that class of 2012. A whole lot. It was supposed, now don't get it twisted. There was a player, I think it just, we had like about 12 high majors in 2012. I'm telling you guys, there were 12 high majors. Now, this was everybody don't go to the right school, right situation, and some people don't want to wait their turn, and things happen and you fall by the wayside. But there were, coming out of high school, there were at least 12 high major prospects from Greater Houston. Give you some of the names. The one that had the best career would be Damian Dotson. Also, but the one that had the best to my career, meaning the most decorated. Remember Damian in his college career, then he played in the NBA for a few years, but the best high school career was Cameron Ridley. The most decorated individual. He had the best high school career, but the best, most decorated individual. He was McDonald's All-American. Then you had guys like L.J. Cryer, J. Michael Reeves.
No, L.J. Rose.
I say L.J. Cryer. Yeah, L.J. Rose. Yeah. L.J. Rose, Jamichael Reeves. All these guys were in 2012. Daniel House? Was he 2000?
Yeah.
He might have been in that class too.
Yeah, he in that class.
Daniel House. So he had a decorated
career.
So two guys made it to the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
But they wasn't the two guys that was on the top of the pecking order from
you
that
go.
class. These guys was in high school. I guarantee freaking tell you that. They were not projected to be. That's how things change. People get better.
Jimmy, when you talking, guess what I pulled up?
What?
Don't you remember? I done pulled up 2009 Franchise All-Stars event schedule. Jimmy, I forgot I got all this stuff in my email. But keep going. All of this stuff, Jimmy, the schedule, I'm going to share it with people one day. But we keep on going. Keep on going.
Man.
It's just...
So we had guys around that 2000, I said 2015, but it was starting around that time of 12 because the guys were so talented. Let me push it back. That class is when the destruction came.
There you go.
Because that means now college coaches, they had so many more mouthpieces to talk to that opened up the room.
Okay.
And a lot of parents from those kids, there are a lot of parents who were politically connected from that class, whether they be high school coaches, whether they be politicians. There were people in that class you couldn't afford to piss off. The Frank Rutherford was just on the scene. He had two, Warner Bell, Michael Carey.
They was on my team.
Class. They were in that class.
Yeah.
And don't get it twisted. I think if my memory serves me correctly, that Michael Carey got a college degree out of the deal.
Great kid.
He was a smart young man. But Warner Bell was the young man that had the pro tag on him. Yeah. People thought was a no-brainer, was going to make. That kid ended up playing Division II basketball just maybe 2 or 3 years into college. Warner Bell. I want to say Walter Yates Jr. was one of his coaches, if I'm not mistaken. It's about 11 years ago. I want to say that.
At what school?
Texas A&M.
Oh.
One of those, Texas A&M, not Kingsville.
Petway was in that class too.
Petway was in 2011.
Oh, he was before them?
Petway 2011.
Okay. So he was with Jacobin.
Jacobin was 11.
Okay. I don't know. I'm just asking. But keep talking. Don't mind me, man. I don't know this stuff as much.
Jacobin was like 09 or something.
I don't remember. I remember when Robert was little, Jacobin was his, like, he loved Jacobin.
Yeah, well, he wasn't that close to, your son wasn't that close to Jacobin. You know why? You just said the key, when he was little. Yeah, so your son came out in 2013. So he couldn't have been that close.
Right.
10th grade.
No, he wasn't close. No, he wasn't.
Jacobin was like, I want to say Jacobin Brown was 2008.
Tommy was 2008. Tommy Mason Griffin and Jacobin was his hero.
Yes. I want to say it was 2008. Yeah. So
keep going.
So you guys can see how, I pull this stuff out, like it was yesterday. But I'm back to how and when, because people, that way you can be educated and you can go back and pose some questions to different guys. You had so many guys that were at that time. Matter of fact, I may have in this desk right here. I may, if we lucky, guys, you guys might see something.
I'm bringing up some stuff, man. Oh my God, Jimmy. Jimmy, I'm going back just looking. Oh my goodness.
They might get lucky today. Watch this right here. I might have something to show you that's it may be in this desk. You guys just
my goodness.
Just bear with me.
This is fun, man. I'm just going through history right
now. This is what they call a blast to the past. And we're
going through history right now, man.
I know I have it in there, but
hey, Doug, I'm going looking at all of these receipts and all of this stuff that Jim. Oh my goodness. Franchise All-Star. I'll just put Franchise All-Stars in my thing, and Jimmy, all kind of stuff then popped. Continental Airlines. It was Continental Airlines back then, Jimmy.
Yeah, Continental.
All them damn flights. Let's see. Y'all, I'm trying to find something, because There's one kid I be missing his name, and I'm trying to find our Jimmy. Hold up. The spring icebreaker.
What
Jimmy,
year?
we got 2008. We had the spring icebreaker on your thing, the real deal on the hill. Jimmy, this was our schedule. Spring icebreaker, Houston Grassroots Classic. We had played an exhibition game up in Beaumont for the Gamble Classic. The real deal on the hill in Fayetteville. Nike Next Level in Dallas. Bob Gibbons. Oh man. Then we went to the elite camps, Jimmy. I'm remembering this stuff, man. Golly. But keep going, man. What else you got? That's 2002. Man, y'all don't understand.
This is a coach's packet. This is a college coach's packet. And you see, this is why I tell guys that once upon a time, look at what it said in the middle. The spring icebreaker was NCAA certified and UIL approved. That means the college coaches could come to this. And they came to this eventually. And this was the second year of the spring icebreaker. I got the insert, and I'll read you a paragraph from this. We'll get back to the other thing. Is that it says that in September of 2001, HAAY, that's Houston Athletic Amateur Youth, launched the Recruiter's Cheat Sheet, a service which provide area player rankings, news, articles, and pictures to the college coaches while keeping the world abreast to the latest and greater Houston prep basketball via the internet. To date, over 55 universities have become subscribers, and the website eteams.com/hey has generated over 75,000 hits in just 7 months. That was a lot back then. For the second straight season, Hay's rankings were featured weekly on the #1 rated high school sports TV show in Houston, High School Sports Live on Channel 55. Jim Hicks heads the Recruiter's Cheat Sheet division of Hay. And lastly, it says Jim held the first spring icebreaker a year ago. It was a total success in terms of participation from student athletes and coaches. This year's event will be even greater. And this is the booklet. And so what it included, remember, and I told you guys, let me give you history. When this thing was launched, this is proof to you. And I told you I didn't start in this stuff trying to go and capitalize on the backs of kids. Here's proof. I'm going to open this booklet and show you what was inside of this coach's packet primarily. This is the second year. So you can imagine the first year. The second year. Look at the roster. Look at the coach's packet. Look what's inside of it, Howard. What does it say? What does it say?
What you mean? There's a lot of
team.
stuff.
What's the name of the team?
Name is Cougars. Straight
What's the name of the team? This event started for high school teams, and unsigned seniors are on the back. I had an unsigned senior division. That's what this thing did not start for grassroots basketball, people. It was a concept to give the high school teams a sneak peek at their rosters for the following year. So that way you don't have a whole gym full of kids trying to try out. Let some of them try out in the spring. And the coaches bought into it. And then eventually grassroots teams used to scrimmage each other on that particular weekend. And they said, well, hell, why should we have to rent gym space? Let's go play over it. We'll play over at that place. And I would make the high school teams play first, then the grassroots teams play at a different time. Then eventually more and more grassroots team came, and it kind of phased out the high school division because we no longer had the space. This is how the spring icebreaker was derived. Other teams that was in there, that was just one page. Look, Heritage Christian, coached by Jerome Tang at the time. Nobody would play Tang. That's Heritage Christian. That's what's this below this? High Tower Hurricanes. Look at some of these names on the roster for High Tower. You might recognize some of these names. Lanny Smith.
Yeah, I remember Lanny.
I see Cedric Fears.
I don't know the rest of them dudes.
I see Matt Bell. I see Chudy Chinweezy. He was a talent hatter. You got Willow Ridge, Brandon Chazon, all those guys, Eisenhower.
Man, I cannot believe this stuff, man.
I'm
serious. I'm going through history, man. I got
the Wheatley team, the Beaumont Westbrook, the Bay City, Elkins. I'm just naming some of the teams that was in the Port Arthur. They just called themselves Port Arthur. I think they were Port Arthur Memorial though. Angleton, Alvin, Kempner. These are schools. Kingwood, Lamar, Galveston Ball, the West Side Wolves, Klein Forest, Aldine. This was the spring icebreaker. So my second year, we had 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had 24 teams in the second year. The first year, the spring icebreaker had 12 teams. It doubled to 24 teams, and the rest was history. But I was looking for, guys. I was looking for that magazine that had the front cover. And
guess what I'm looking for? I'm looking for our roster, man. I got all this information. I ain't found a roster yet.
In case you guys know how let me show you something. I'll always keep this. I might need to get this framed, but it's writing on the front and the back. Remember now, I wasn't privy to spreadsheets. Back then, computers was just, they were out, but the internet, people had the Y2K fears was still, it's almost like coming out of COVID. You were coming out of internet COVID back then because they had nobody, what to do. Everybody thought the world was going to come to the end. People thought all your money in the bank would go disappear. Those were rumors that were going on back at the turn of the millennium. And so I kept my subscribers on a manila folder each year until I got privy to learn how to do spreadsheets. So check this out. These are the 2003 subscribers, Hannah. The colleges that subscribed to RCS Sports in 2003. I kept the name of the school, the name of the coach, the email address, and the cell phone number. I'll hold it up. You might recognize one or two of them. It ain't no big deal. But if you can see some of these names. I don't know if some of these guys are still in the business. Look, I see Troy Weaver name right there for Syracuse. Steve Lutz at the top of there.
And look, Troy Weaver is now the GM at the the Detroit Pistons.
Yes, look.
His ass gonna be back on that list if Detroit keep. He gonna be back on that list again.
But look at Steve Lutz. He's a new head coach at Oklahoma State.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? These guys, look, Kentucky. Look at some of these schools that were subscribers. I don't know. It's kind of hard to Kentucky Bay. This all Pepperdine. I mean, then look. Hold on, we're not done. We got on the back. Flip it on the back side. And these are all the colleges. Look, I'm not done, dude. When I say, look, these are more schools. So now you guys understand the relationships. This was 2 years into the business. All of these people were paid subscribers, these different schools. This just one coach from each school. Many programs, I had good relationships with 2, 3, 4 coaches on the staff. That's an army of people that I'm at their fingertips for supplying correct data and intel to. I'm telling you guys, this is, and some of you guys may not understand. So you can't duplicate that and surpass the abundance and the strength of a lot of those relationships, or a lot of the roots that have grown underneath the surface of the ground that you can see with me and a lot of these college coaches. And for you guys to constantly think about, that's why I tell you, a lot of you just have not taken out the time to ask and really don't understand just how much of an asset that I could be to you if you just get some stuff out of your heart. I don't wake up out of my bed saying, you know what, I'm gonna keep this one kid from getting a scholarship. I can guarantee you I've never woke up out of my bed with that thought in my mind. Now, some people out there would think I'm holding or I'm hindering the process of connecting you with this. That's not what I do, because a market has been derived where people get paid to do that. I provide a batch of names and a batch of intel. I put coaches in the right direction, and then I help with the process of advancing the communications between one side and another.
Jimmy, hold on. I got some of your writing. Jimmy, I got some of your writing. Hold
What
up.
you got?
You wrote what about that? You had a write-up, and it says, franchise all-star, the nation's most potent six-pack of crabs. You wrote that back then. The nation's most, y'all listen to it. I didn't know Jimmy that good then, right? But he said you got Wanda Bell, Michael Carey, DJ Griggs, Rasheed Suleiman, Darrell Green, and Winston Shepard. I had all of them ninth graders playing on that team. And people, was talking about, man, ninth graders shouldn't be playing on 17 on the team. And then after we did it, some other people came and started. I can't tell you they took some more. But Jim, I'm just going through my dude. This is a write-up by you. I wish hold up. I'm gonna put it on the screen. Hold up.
That's a blast to the past right there, boy.
God,
I mean, and people that was understand.
This is crazy.
At the time, I was the only one that was because a year into doing this stuff, I was detached from the Hay Select. So that means my affiliation, there was no more affiliation with a grassroots program. And so therefore it still takes another, just because you stop affiliating with it, people still got the jacket on your back. That's like when Rick Nelson had Gerald Green, they still affiliated Rick Nelson with John Urey until it took a time. I froze up.
Yeah, that's all right. Keep talking, because I did that. There it is right there. Yeah. I'm going to cover my face up. Look at that.
Damn, boy, that's a hell of a write-up there, boy.
A hell of a write-up.
Hey, they pay guys to get that many words on a kid nowadays.
Y'all look at this.
Nowadays, those people that break it up, blow it up a little bit more so they can little bit more. Blow it up. No, yeah, like that. Yeah, let's see some of that.
All right.
DJ Griggs. You realize that this kid, DJ Griggs, that's Bryce Griggs' older brother.
Yes.
He was at one point in time, he was ranked number 1 in the country.
Yes.
Which was a booby trap waiting to happen. He played Division I basketball.
Oh yes.
But look. The calm and experienced floor leader, possess above average handles and advance the ball fluently. Productive, has a smooth stroke from the outside. More of a scoring point guard with a solid body. Defense has improved greatly over the past 8 months. Started and led the varsity in points, assists, and steals. His game resembles a ninth grade version of Mo Williams, Jason Terry. You see how I said that? Nobody taught me to say that. I didn't go on the ledge and say he a version, he Mo Williams and he JT. I said a ninth grade. It resembles, not he is that. Go above him, Michael Carey, Sean Livingston type. Resembles. Rasheed Suleiman at the time, his game resembled a ninth grade version of a Ray Allen, Richard Hamilton. That's what he resembled. And Rashid Suleiman was another McDonald's All-American.
McDonald All-American. McDonald All-American.
Yeah.
I just put it up there, man. I found all this stuff in my email. I just Google franchise all-star. I mean, in my email, and all of this stuff. Y'all, I wish I could send y'all some of these bills that I had to pay. Huh?
Say, man,
receipts, Jimmy. Huh?
So that's it, guys. So hopefully you can share this with people.
Yeah.
So they can really understand. Some people may not visualize. They may think that you got to understand something. There was many moons ago. And the relationships, it took me 10 years to get to that point to write that story. I was 10 years into the business then, at least. And so I hadn't seen, and it's like I always hear about it, man, it was a pro. Man, I don't know what a pro looked like in regarding to high school, because there's a lot of stuff inside of those kids that will be tested once they get to college, and once they fall head over heels in love, this heart will be tested. And if it ain't ticking right, then that young boy that you thought was a pro end up being a no or a hoe or something. It'll be being anything except that. You don't. So that's why I always fall short. And I say, man, could be a high school version of, and I compare another guy in high school. Well, when that guy was in high school, is he as good as this guy was? And it's yay or nay. But even then, it doesn't justify it, because some players get better. The Jimmy Butler story. Anybody in their right mind knows and understands that Jimmy Butler was not a surefire pro in the 11th grade, a summer after his 11th grade year. It was not. He got better once he got to college. He got drastically better. Some kids, Junior Lofton was 6'1". Then all of a sudden he grew about 6 inches in 1 year. That explains to people how he can pass so well. And in his mind, he want to dribble the ball, but his body don't move like his mind would. But he can pass that thing and see really well. He was a smart guard that ended up, that motor had to go into the frame of a power forward. So that's
man, I'm having
that's a good blast to the past, man.
Yeah, I had a good time, y'all. Y'all
I want to let you guys know the city, in a nutshell, how the city had gotten into a bad space. And they had to tolerate it for the next couple of years, because after 2012, that class, we still had pros coming through the chute. That's the difference than now. We had a string of pros. 2013 was the Harrison twins. And it's funny as hell, because the Harrison twins were 1A and 1B on all of their high school life in this area in regard to the pecking order.
And I can say this now, back then we was competing with them. Them was some bad dudes. Yeah. I don't care what nobody say. You might not like his daddy, but them dudes right there came to play every single night. I ain't never seen no. So that's why I'm spoiled with high school players. Because them two dudes right there, Jimmy, I ain't never seen them with an off night, because they going to do something on the defensive end, the offensive end. They going to block a shot. They going to always play hard, man. I can't say that about too many players in my entire life. But them two dudes there, they had it.
If somebody that's watching this show has video footage of the game when the Houston Defenders played in the Pumps event in Denver, Colorado, against the Indy Elite, with Yogi Ferrell and all those guys, and they played against the Defenders. The reason I say if you have footage, I'm gonna tell you what's on that footage. In addition to being a very, very good ass game, you cannot have a tape without grasping the audio of Robert Hatter and myself cheering for a team as you've never saw any nominal, with no kids, no relatives playing for this team. Understand? I'm telling you, I'm willing to go on the ledge and say that there's never been two guys that went and attended a game that were so animated with positivity. And we gave smack. They talked, any folk talking smack to us, what, and talking to Hatter. And Hatter would giving it back to him, and I'll just fire him up, and but that game would show you the joy in watching young players that used to play for what was on the front of the chest. That team was so fun to watch that ESPN went and put them in the Nike event to play against Boo Williams at the Wild World of Sports, a doubleheader. They went and put them against the remember at that point Nike had ran that, so that means you putting Under Armour sneakers and product on this TV segment, on this game slot. They went and played there. And the last thing about the Defenders, which you can't tell the history of this city without mentioning that program.
No,
because
sir.
what they did they provided another avenue, and that team. Remember I said about 1A and 1B was the Harrison twins, Aaron and Andrew.
Derek Griffin.
There were two. Oh no, Derek Griffin was B, but there were the fourth and the fifth option played in the NBA.
Motley and Wesley. Wesley Wando.
Wesley Wando.
Yeah.
Wesley Wando and Jonathan Motley both played more than 1 year, or had more than 1 years of appearances in the NBA. This is how talented the teams were. The talent was back then. Now it's going to hardly be the same because the cake is cut up differently. There are more pieces of cake to cut because there's more teams that don't subscribe to the theory of, if my kid is good enough, then we'll pass him on to one of these sneaker teams for the betterment of this young fella. Some people thinking, I'm going to keep him, I'm going to get a deal. You ain't getting no damn sneaker deal.
And Jimmy, and I'm going to let people know that other parents out here. And Jimmy I didn't even realize how I was supporting them kids so much, because I knew the kids. Y'all got to understand, these kids are innocent. So I'm going to always cheer. I might not like your daddy, but I'm going to always cheer for the kids. And we competed against them all the time. I ain't going to lie, my son hated them because he had to compete with them. But when I'm out of town and I'm in Denver, man, it's Houston versus everywhere. I'm cheering for them kids. And that's what I don't, Jimmy, that's what I don't see a lot of now. These parents, some of them, they just, because they done talk so negative about your kid. But see, they ain't going to say it to your face. They done talk so negative, man. He good, but he ain't better than my son. Man, ain't no way in the world I'm going to go around there and tell him. I'll never forget when a dude, I don't talk to that dude this year. That dude was trying to pit my son against them two big-ass twins. I said, man, I don't play that kind of stuff, man. I mean, he went out there, got to run his mouth. Man, don't put that, before they got, because they played to go to the state championship. I said, man, don't put that kind of stuff out there like that. I mean, it's two of them. It ain't but one of this little bit-ass dude. How the hell you going to sit out there and, why you give them bullet board material? See, but that's how people are, man. People it's just crazy like that. But, Jimmy, I never forget, I was on the phone one time talking to this dude. And he talked negative about every other kid but the kids in his program.
That's what, now you see what I just said earlier.
Yes.
This was the destruction of the city. This part, you guys are using it as one guy competing against another guy, and that's how the city got messed up. We're feeling the rumblings, the after effects of what has transpired years before. And those college coaches spread the word to their colleagues, man, you know what? It's messed up down there, man. All they're going to do is run your ass through Papa Do's, get a shrimp basket out of you. They're going to cut a hole in your pocket. They're going to want this, they're going to want that. And then and guess what? Ain't none of them no better than others. Mm-hmm. And then once we stopped producing pros, then the theory became true. Because they say, see there? Yeah. The kids from Houston, man, I told y'all they wasn't good. See, it took a time. It's kind of like the economy. When stuff happens, the economy don't feel it to months or years later. But something has to take place first. This is what it started, the demise of it. Trust me, I know factually, because I've talked to numerous college coaches that have told me that this guy talk bad about that guy. Hell, Hicks, they even talk bad about you.
Yeah.
Yo, because you ain't got the kid ranked high enough.
Yes.
So that means Hicks he'll know what he's talking about, man. Dude. So that means that was a process of devaluing me. And I'm not even knowing you devaluing me. That's the thing. Once you devalue the person that had value, he got to go on the clearance rack. He got to go on sale.
So the city was on sale.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what's so crazy though? In that conversation that I had with this guy, Jimmy, I brought it up to him. I said, dude, why are you talking negative about these other kids? Get what he said. I didn't say nothing negative about them. He just said it on the phone. It comes out of their mind and their mouth so fast, Jimmy. And it's such habitual thing. You know, like if you're a habit of doing crazy stuff, you don't even realize you're just doing it. He talked negative for 20, and I brought it up. He said, I said, dude, you just said it. Dude, this is a person that people supposing to listen to in this city. Can you imagine what he's saying about you kids? Y'all kids, because they don't play in his program, not under his influence. Man, it's that stuff that kind of really, really pissed me off.
And then you know what else happened? You had a certain crop of college coaches that didn't have no dog in the fight. Mm-hmm. They just flat up got messy.
There you go.
They would tell one what the other said. And that damn show didn't help the city.
Yes.
They would tell.
So dudes will walk right up each other in the gym and knowing certain things about him and be mad. Dude, that's a great point, Jim. That's a great point.
This is how the city got messed up. This is how it started. The beginning of the end.
Yes.
And so now, once you find out or suspect that somebody dropping salt on kids, know what you're going to do now? You're going to go out of your way to call that coach. Oh, man, by the way, that kid, I heard y'all recruiting his other kid over there, his kid. Let me tell y'all something. You know he smoked dope by the pound. You know, he ganged up. Kid had a pistol on him. I'm just giving you an example.
They do that. They tell
people would say. Yeah. This is what was going on.
Yeah.
So then the guys would call me. Some college coaches had happened the time to cheat. They called me cheat sheet. Cheat. Man, you ain't tell me this kid, man, how bad this kid is. A kid in them streets like that? I say, coach. What you heard? Man, I heard this. Coach, every team got at least one thug on it.
Absolutely.
What are we talking about, coach? Do you know he's gonna be worth it? Do you like him? Do you not? Yeah, he got a little street in it. Man, that could be good. Now, if you can't have no more than 2-3 of them jokers on one team now, you're gonna flip the team out. They're gonna punk your other kids.
There you go.
But it's always good to have you one good enforcer, one good street ball.
Yeah.
I always tell them in the summer ball is every team.
Y'all got to watch the show. Ahead of tomorrow. I got to show y'all.
Yeah, we got to get up out of it.
Yeah,
every
no,
team had every team had a dice shooter.
Cool.
There used to be a dice game going on one floor with all different kids from different grassroots teams that every team had at least one dice shooter. And he came there with a little piece of change in his pocket. You probably didn't even know it. You the coach, you didn't even know it. And somebody had to win the dice game. That means on the way home, somebody's going back home with a knot.
And somebody going back home broke.
A lot of them going home broke.
Hey, man.
Boy, that was a day.
I'm sitting there laughing, man, because it's just so much stuff going. Like tomorrow, see, in football, you got to have you some of them on your team. In football, you ain't got some of them. You go say, and hey, Jimmy, I can't wait to share a couple of guys tomorrow. I'm gonna talk about that got drafted in the NFL. I done fell in love with. I just done fell in love with. I didn't know nothing about these guys' personalities until they got drafted, and I can't wait to talk about them tomorrow. But we out of here, man. He said, Trey said every team need a minimum of 2. Hell no, you don't even want. 2 of them they're gonna infiltrate and take over your team. He said, I watched franchise on YouTube. Are they hoopers on here? Franchise, I don't know. I ain't know we was on YouTube back then. I didn't know nothing about no YouTube. Man, let's get out of here, man. We done gave him enough today.
Yeah, they kept hoopers, man. They had D'Angelo Harrison and all them dudes back then, man.
What?
So they had hoopers back then.
No, Jim. I'll never forget this. I got to tell y'all this story. I'll never forget this. Like when I first saw D'Angelo, Jim, I went in the gym, and they was, I guess early in the season they used to play this thing in A-Leaf. Dulles was playing at A-Leaf. They had some kind of preseason tournament. So I went in there, and this dude hit 9 threes in the game in high school. So Jimmy, I get on the phone and call your homeboy up there in Dallas. I said, Coach Branch, who is this dude that played for Dulles? Well, it can't be D'Angelo Harris. It can't be. We trying to figure it out. You know what I did? I went in the dressing room. I said, hey, yo, what's your name? He said, D'Angelo Harris. I said, Branch, I don't want to hear from you no more. I said, where your people at? I had to have that dude right there, y'all. I ain't never seen that.
His grandmama.
I went straight to grandma.
Yeah.
And guess what, y'all? Hold up, Jimmy. Hold up now. You got to remember that. When him and she came on that next year, guess what? Pee Wee and somebody else dropped off. They found out about them youngsters. They said, no, they went somewhere else. But man, that dude there, oh my goodness. And let me tell you something. Him and Rasheed, but see, I knew Rasheed because him and Robert grew up together. I had him in my hip pocket. All I had to do was wait on somebody to mess him around. And somebody took him down there to what you call it, the Worldwide Disney to the Nationals, and didn't let him play. A Daddy Boy team, or your boy Picnic, Trey Picnic, them team.
Oh, Picnic.
They didn't let him. Daddy called me and said, but they wouldn't let your boy play, man. I said, bring him back. I got him, 9th grader. I got him. He gonna play on my national team. Dude, this the kind of stuff that happens, Jimmy, that people don't even know. But see, this kind of stuff can't happen now because it's not, if you don't have the freedom to do what we did. Cause of the shoe companies got this. The shoe company. But back then, y'all, we can go play in it. Rasheed, wait a minute. Pee Wee, you want to think you good? Jonathan Evans, you think you good in Houston? Let's go play against John Wall. Jimmy, John Wall, and Avery Bradley. See, this when I know the difference, y'all, is levels to this stuff.
We was down.
John Wall and Avery Bradley.
At the McDonald's.
No, not the McDonald's. No, when they played against franchise.